I want to start explaining how to do a long polynomial division. As an example, I'm going to use 20x squared minus 21 plus 5x plus 6x to the power 3 divided by 3x plus 7. So we need to pass this to a long division sign, with the denominator inside the sign and the denominator outside the sign. We're going to follow some steps. For the first step, we need to arrange the terms in a decreasing order. In this case, the denominator is already arranged in a decreasing order, so we only need to arrange the numerator. Now this is how we arrange it. For the second step, we need to find the first quotient by dividing the first term of the dividend by the first term of the divisor. In this case, I'm dividing 6x to the power 3 by 3x, and the result will give 2x squared. Now this quotient and the rest of the equations will go on top of the division sign. For the third step, we need to multiply the first term of the quotient by the divisor to get a product. So in this case, I'm multiplying 2x squared times 3x plus 7 to get a result of 6x to the power 3 plus 14x squared. Now for the fourth step, we need to subtract the step 3 product from the dividend and bring down the next term. The subtraction product on the brought down term will form the new dividend. So in this case, I'm subtracting 6x to the power 3 plus 20x squared minus 6x to the power 3 plus 14x squared, and that will give us a result of 6x squared. But then we bring down the plus 5x, and now 6x squared plus 5x will be the new dividend. And with this, we can go ahead to our final step, which is to follow this whole process until we get our new remainder. Now this is the rest of the process with how the steps were reused, and we can see that the final result is 2x squared plus 2x minus 3, and there is no remainder. Now I'm going to explain how to factor a trinomial of ax squared plus bx plus c. As an example, I have 5x squared plus 7x plus 2. So the first step is to multiply the first and last digit and find two factors of the multiple that its product is bx. In this case, I'm multiplying 5 times 2, which is 10, and then I find two factors of 10, which are 2 and 5. 2 times 5 is 10, but also 2 plus 5 is 7. So 2 and 7 are the numbers that are going to help. So we rewrite it in an equation like this. We replace the bx by the two numbers that we have just found. For the second step, we need to factor by grouping. We need to find the greatest common factor of each set of terms and divide the terms by the greatest common factor. So here's the equation separated in two groups of terms. The greatest common factor of the first group of terms is 5x, and then the greatest common factor of the second group of terms is 2. Then we divide each term of a group of terms by the greatest common factor of the group of terms. Then we organize this information in an equation like this. Now for the third step, we need to factor out the values in the two parentheses by joining them into one parenthesis and joining the units outside the parenthesis into one parenthesis. Like here we're joining the two parentheses of x plus 1 into one parenthesis and the 5x plus 2 in another parenthesis. To prove that this was correct, I needed to put my initial equation and my final factor in decimals and to see if both graphs were the same. Now they were, so this means it's correct. So now I'm going to explain how to do a factorization word problem. So it says, the area of a rectangular door is given by the trinomial x squared minus 15x plus 50. The door's width is x minus 10. What is the door's length? So we need to draw what the word problem gives us. It gives us the area and the width, so we need to find the length. Now we need to have in mind that factoring a trinomial area will always give us the factor of the area, meaning it will always give us the width and the length. Now this means we need to factor this trinomial area, and this is the process of how to factor it. So I've explained the process of how to factor a trinomial like this earlier in the video, so if you don't understand this, please go back earlier in the video. Now with this final factor, we need to remember that a factor of a trinomial area will always be the width and the length. So as we know that the width is x minus 10, so that means that the length is x minus 5. Now to prove that this is correct, we need to multiply this width times this length and to see if the result is the same as the corresponding area. In this case it is, so it is correct. Thank you for listening.